She likes to learn new skills, explore more, and she is a 12th grade student currently. She is learning Kalā style of Bharatanatyam since the age of 5 under the able guidance of her Acharya, Dr. Dwarita Vishwanatha at Nirmati, Bangalore.
Namaste. I got to document the art form Karagattam. So Karagattam is an ancient folk dance form from Tamil Nadu where the artist performs intricate movements while balancing the beautifully decorated karagam on their heads. Karagattam in Karagam means pot and Attam means to dance, hence the name Karagattam. There are two types of Karagattam. Just like in Kavadi, we have two types. Here also we have the Shakti Karagam and Atta Karagam. So Shakti Karagam is devoted to goddess Meenakshi, where the artist performs during temple processions, while Atta Karagam is the more artistic form of it, performed in festivals and performances. The Karagam itself is a symbolic embodiment of the goddess Meenakshi. The goddess Meenakshi holds the parrot in her hand, and so the Karagam also has the parrot on it. So therefore, there's symbolism. This documentary follows a qualitative practice based approach combining fieldwork, observation, and direct interaction with the artist in Mathur, Tamil Nadu. Primary data was collected through in depth interviews with the Karagattam artist Sri Senthamil Selvan, whose knowledge is mainly from oral tradition. He answered all the questions exceptionally well and made sure I know everything about this art form. This is a small video depicting how Karagattam is done with a traditional instrument tawil. Other traditional instruments used are Nadaswaram, Urumai, Kundalam, Pambai, and Tamak. So the main feature of the Karagam is the pot itself. The base of it is a brass pot into which rice is filled. It's not completely filled till the brim, but only required amount such that the artist is able to balance it properly. On top of this, a wooden block called tenga katte is kept, which is not seen in the image as it's under. Tenga means coconut in Tamil. So in earlier times, an actual coconut was kept, but now instead of that, a block shaped like a coconut is used. A thread is tied around it and it's knotted in such a manner that it forms a beautiful pattern. Just the pot with rice, the tenga katte and the thread is used for practice by the students until they learn how to balance the pot. On top of the tenga katte, this hat-like structure called topu is kept. On top of it, a ellipsoid is attached into it which has a stick, and on top of the stick, the parrot or the kili is placed. It's said that it's made out of natural materials like dry grass and lotus stem, such that the pot is lightweight and the artists can carry it easily. But nowadays, artists also use plastic parrots and flowers, but nothing can beat the beauty of handmade props. A small video showing the demonstrating how the karagam is put together. Coming to the Angika Abhinaya, since an important part of the art form itself is the Karagam, the Angika Abhinaya is also a little restricted. So the Karagattam is based on movement and rhythm more than narration or expression. Uh, the main instruments, as I mentioned, are tawil and nadaswaram. There are no lyrics, so the artist just goes to the beat of the tawil. The head remains steady as one needs to balance the pot, while the eye gaze is usually at eye level most of the times. The lower body is the main part of the dance, and a lot of footwork is done using both heel, toe, bending of the knees, and lifting of the thighs. The upper body follows with slight torso movements coordinated with arm movements and hastas, such as Alapadma, Anjali. The steps are quite simple, but when you have to do it while balancing the pot, they become complex. This art form has received a lot of aid from the government. I would like to mention a few of them. So the government has established the Mavat Isaipalli, also like a music college, where their objective is to promote these folk art forms among students. So students who undergo this training are required to pass a test, and upon successful completion, they're given employment in temples, government schools, and they're also enabled with the skills to establish their own schools and take this art form forward. The artists are also given bus passes that allow them to travel across regions at half the fare. Educational expenses for their children are also taken care of. They have the EL Isai Nadagam organization for music, dance, and theatre. And they give the artists clothing, musical instruments, and opportunities to perform in government programs and also abroad when required. Students learning here are also given monthly stipend and hostel facilities. Artists are invited by the government for performances, and outstanding artists are honored with the title Kalai Mamani, and they receive additional rewards. These artists also get free travel through government vehicles and participation in various cultural activities. I would like to conclude by saying that one assumes that balancing a pot is easy, but in reality, it requires a lot of dedication, discipline, and practice. It is often assumed that unlike classical dances, these folk dances can be done without much effort, but in reality, it requires years of practice and they have their own rituals and beliefs. Folk dances are usually associated with the rural part of the society, but it should be considered as a community celebration and practiced widely. When one sees the Karagattam, they usually don't see the devotion that lies behind it and consider it as a form of entertainment. But its true origination is from a divine culture, hence, the artist and the audience should also see it in that perspective. I would like to thank Manorama ma'am, Rohini ma'am, and Twarita ma'am for guiding me, and the artist